Alright, so this is Team 7's performance during the Chuunin exams. Let's get right into it. So starting off, we'll actually start before the Chuunin exams, so Iruka's test. So Iruka decides to kidnap Moegi and Naruto, and I guess Naruto and his little, Konohamaru and the gang go after them. So they chase him a bit, and I think Iruka says, I don't know what he says, but he's basically has Moegi, and Naruto ends up capturing Iruka and then saving Moegi both at the same time, which was really, really impressive. And for this, I'm going to give him an A because I feel like he handles the situation well. Iruka then tricks Sakura. I think he tries to use Genjutsu on her, but she figures out that, the Genjutsu is fake, and basically she exposes Iruka. So for this, I'll give Sakura an A as well. And last one, we see Sasuke beating down Iruka, which was quite impressive. So Sasuke gets an A as well. Now, actually starting the exam. So the first part of the exam was the written part. So the written part of the exam. Um, we see early on that Naruto is completely flustered. Like, he has no idea what he's gonna do because I don't know. He's not good with you know, academic situations, I guess, and basically, basically just sweating a lot and basically does nothing. So I'm gonna give him an F for this situation. Sakura fares a lot better because I think Sakura is really, really smart. Or well, I guess she's supposed to be in the show, and um, she realized early on that a lot of these questions are basically impossible to do for most of the ninja in the room, but being as smart as she is, she knows how to answer these questions, which was impressive, I thought. So, I probably should give her an A, but what happens is Ina ends up using the mind transfer technique on her. So, I guess there's not much she could have done about that, but I feel like her score should go down because of that. So I'm going to give her a C. And last one is Sasuke. Um, he realizes that he can't do these questions. So he decides to basically cheat using his shotting gun, which basically this test kind of promotes cheating anyway. So yeah, he uses the shotting gun, gets the answers, and I feel like he deserves a B because of that. Alright, now moving on to the Forest of Death section. So the first fight that Team 7 has is with a rain genin called Oboro. He ties up Naruto, and then he attacks Sakura and Sasuke. I think Sasuke pretty much deals with the situation. He does peg this team back a bit, but Sasuke manages to, overwhelm Oboro and even injures him. I'm gonna give Naruto an F in this situation because basically he loses. He basically gets tied up and he can't do anything. I'm gonna give Sasuke a B because I would give him an A, but he didn't actually capture Oboro and get a scroll, so he gets a B. Sakura gets an E in this situation because she doesn't really do much. She didn't get tied up like Naruto, but she didn't actually fight back as well, so I think she gets an E. I'm not going to include Orochimaru because that's completely unfair. He's like, what, Sannin level against Genin? Like, come on. Alright, so the next one after that is Kin, Zaku, and Dosu. For most of this fight, Naruto and Sasuke are out of it. So I probably, excuse me, I probably shouldn't grade them, but I'm gonna give Naruto an F because by default, basically, because he couldn't do anything in this situation. Um, but I feel like I should grade him anyway because this is a test, and you know you're gonna get graded during a test, no matter I guess what condition you're in. Like it doesn't really matter. So Naruto gets an F. Sasuke, we'll come back to Sasuke. Sakura, I feel like after Rock Lee shows up and stuff, I feel like Sakura really stood up, and as limited as she is in her skill sets, I feel like she did the most that she could have done against the Sound Genin. So I'm gonna give her an A, because I feel like she gave it everything she had. So I reckon she deserves an A. Sasuke, um, Yeah, I'm gonna give him an A as well, even though he didn't really have control over the curse mark when he took down pretty much. Uh, Actually no, I think King was already down. I think yeah, no, he pretty much just takes out Zaku and then Dosu just gives up. Um, but yeah, I feel like that was an impressive sequence, and even though Sasuke didn't really mean to do all the things he did during that section, it was impressive. So yeah, he deserves an A. Now, going on to the last part for this video, the preliminary rounds. Actually, no, no, no. Before that, um, yeah, no, the Rain Genin, the Oboro again, Kagari, and Mubi. So during this sequence, basically, Sasuke is kind of out of it. Obviously, he does use the Sharingan like a little bit, but he can't really do anything. He's still injured from Orochimaru and stuff. Um, So, I reckon he gets an E. He does use the Sharingan a little bit during this section, and he kind of gives the whole team info, including Kabuto that was there, but he didn't really do much to really I just feel like he didn't do enough to get more than an E. Sakura, she gets an E as well. Doesn't really do anything. Really disappointing. Naruto, I think he gets a B. And the reason why is because he wastes so much chakra in these kind of situations. Like, he kind of acts before he thinks. Um, and yeah, I think that's one of his downfalls. And, you know, he does end up, taking down the entire Rain team, but that is with the help of Kabuto. And there's some weird, you know, stuff that kind of goes on in that scene as well, which doesn't really make sense. So, yeah, I'm going to give Naruto a B. Alright, on to the last section, finally, is the preliminary rounds for this video. And I think Naruto versus Kiba, Sakura versus Ino, and Sasuke versus Yoroi. So we'll start off with Sasuke. Obviously he's severely handicapped, he's still injured. He nearly gets taken out right off the bat as well, but he manages to use the Dancing Leaf Shadow and secure the victory, all without using his Sharingan. So I'm gonna give Sasuke an A. Sakura, her fight with Ino, very, very unimpressive. Although Sakura is limited, as I said before, but I think the fight ends up in a tie, so Sakura gets an F because she doesn't progress. Naruto's fight with Kiba, Naruto was so bad in this fight, like he gets absolutely stomped, and it's even surprising he manages to even win. Like that's how badly he was doing. Um, but regardless, Naruto does go through. So I'm gonna give him a C. Yeah. So I think that's about it. I think I've covered most of the stuff I wanted to say. So yeah, enjoy.